Cedar.
Well, I can figure that out.
Hey, how's it going?
I mean,
Hey,
I can't
good.
like claim to know how to do that if I didn't know what it was, but
Benny's battery is low.
It sounds great though, doesn't it?
yeah. So it's like a waffle fry. Hey, Cedar.
Cedar, it's been a while.
I know, I've been out of town.
How was the desert? You lived in the desert, right?
Yeah, it was really desolate. It was beautiful and everything. Everything I dreamed of and more.
Did you see any coyotes?
I didn't see any. I heard them though all the time in the distance.
Whoa.
Was that scary?
It was the first couple weeks. I was really scared. I slept next to my machete, like with it basically in my hands and all my doors locked. But after that, I got used to it. Then it was fine. I only had my little pocket knife from then on.
I don't know if you know this, but coyotes will only eat you if you smear that KFC butter sauce all over you, all over your body. Then they will eat you.
Because coyotes want to win the raffle.
Yeah. And they'll eat
There's
that.
no KFCs in the desert. They're not into chicken down there.
Well, then you're in good shape, man. Nothing
What
to worry
about
about.
DFC? Desert fried chicken.
Oh.
Or desert fried coyote.
Problem.
Well, I only eat coyote if they smear that butter sauce all over them.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of birds around, free ranging.
Yeah. Yeah. Free-range coyote.
Well, burrows really, but
Did you
and
actually?
coyotes.
Did you actually see any coyotes?
I've seen tons of coyotes like at home here.
But not in the desert. Not in the desert.
Oh,
Uh-oh, you cutting out?
Yeah, he's breaking up.
I think Benny's battery is running out. Is the problem?
Oh. Well, Cedar, you should come back onto the program sometime soon.
I will. I'm in town. Actually, I'm leaving tomorrow, but I'll be back, and then I'll be in town for real.
When are you leaving tomorrow? Maybe you should try to get on before you leave.
I don't know when I'm leaving tomorrow, but probably before afternoon.
Oh, that's too early. All right, well...
Are you going back to the desert?
I'll be back. I'm coming back for the procession of species, and I'll be back from then on.
Oh, that's only in a couple days. That's fine.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I want to be on the show, though. I missed it.
Okay, we'll see you. We'll see you when you get back.
All right, cool. Good to talk to you.
Okay, bye.
See ya, Cedar.
Bye.
That was Freddie and Cedar. Okay, let's call Jason now. He's the guy that said he was going to be on. And then we should probably call John as well. I think John said he wanted to be on but didn't make it back, so we can call him.
Which John is it?
John M.
John M.
M.
He's a new one.
Not John W.
No, we can call him too. Oh, we have to call all the Johns actually.
John F.
We have to call all three Johns because we have business with all of them.
I want to make a joke about us calling Johns. We are phone whores. Calling Johns.
We have to call John Fernelli,
You
John
daily
Whalen.
phone sex with me.
You've reached Jason Geek. Leave me a message and I will call you back. Bye.
Hey Jason, it's the program. Sorry you couldn't make it today, but you're invited to come back later. Just call us back and you can come any other time.
Yo!
You should get a new tattoo.
Yeah, I want to see your tattoos. Okay, bye-bye. Alright, that was Jason. Now let's call John F. Because I was supposed to call him and tell him when the show was starting, and I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
I already forgot about it.
Oh, yeah, so I was talking with John F. recently about who you should interview for this documentary about the program.
Yeah?
And I suggested to interview you, Dan.
Interview me?
Yeah. Or he just wants to know about the history of the program. People who have been on it a lot. He wants to interview them.
Oh. Well, I can tell him about the history of the program, and anything I don't know, I'll just make up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that'd be good because the other people will probably also say it, and then it will be not made up, and then it'll be like, what is the truth?
You know, and I'm totally willing to tell fantastic stories that are totally unbelievable, but because... Hello. This is the program.
Oh.
It's his message.
Aw, crap.
Hey John.
John.
This is the program. Calling
Farinelli.
you.
So call us back. Oh no, you tried to call me earlier, so...
20 minutes left.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
20 minutes, yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right, now let's call John Whalen because
Because we can.
yeah, but why? Yesterday we talked to you on the phone, Dan, and you said you had some complaints about him, or
John Whalen's
No,
a very
no.
contentious guy.
yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's unhappy. He is an unhappy person, and it comes through what he says and how he says it, and just what he talks about, and the subject matter, and all these terrible, long list of terrible things that happened to him. He's just very unhappy. And a lot of times, when a person is depressed, it will come out as being irritable, and grumpy. But really, the underlying thing is depression. Some people that are cranky all the time, they're depressed.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic
Oh.
voice message system. 360-628-690.
Oh, blah, 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 blah.
At the tone,
Oh.
please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, John.
Hey, John!
John Whalen.
Yeah, we're here with Dan. Dan thinks you're emotionally frustrated.
Yes, I do.
So if you want to talk to Dan, you call us back. You have about 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20 minutes. You have only a limited amount of time to talk to me on the program. Yeah,
Yes, maybe some kind of beef to clear out. Okay, see you later.
yeah. I've got chicken.
I want to see you guys duke it out verbally.
This is the second beef
Hey, Kerry, that's General
with John Whalen.
Time is
Pardon?
12:41.
Well, John F.
Morning,
wanted John Whalen to be
Monday morning,
banned from the show because he said the word guinea.
Give me a call.
Well, yeah, he-
4611.
he's-
45.
John Whalen said something that was racially insensitive.
Yeah.
I had
But,
never heard of that term before used in that way, and I was just kind of surprised. I'm like, what?
yeah, but I
That's-
mean,
that's a racial slur?
yeah, but John F. kind of retracted it because, in all fairness, he was using it as an example. He wasn't like directing it at someone.
Oh,
He
well.
was saying like, oh yeah, my old friend who was a cab driver in New York, he had some colorful language, and then someone was like, oh, like what? And he's like, oh, like Italians were
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I mean, to be an actual racist, you should not like someone because of their race, not from their behavior, not from anything that they've done. You should not like them because of something that they can't help.
Hey, John.
Yes.
It's the program. How you doing?
Oh, fine.
John, how's the city council meeting last week?
They didn't have it. It's April the 28th.
Oh,
Oh, it's every 2 weeks, isn't it?
so that's
They had like a retreat, city council retreat.
Oh. Oh, they were chicken and they had to run away.
Hi, Dan.
How you doing?
Hey, I saw you last night on a drawing deal with see, what's her name?
Singing?
She's a teacher at South Bay Elementary School.
Oh, yeah.
just kidding around.
Yeah, I was a guest on her show.
Just kidding around. I saw you last night, but I think it was about around 7:30 last night.
I kind of get around, it would seem. Kind of,
I like
because...
that drawing that you did.
Well, thank you.
That railroad track, like a railroad track and everything else.
Yeah, I was trying to show, like, dimensionality to make something look as if it's three-dimensional. And there's just a few easy techniques, like a vanishing point or shading, that you can really make something look like it has depth. And
So how long were you a teacher?
I only taught, I taught art to a bunch of grade schoolers for about 6 months at lunchtime. I didn't get paid. It was a volunteer gig.
Oh, I see.
But I've taught all kinds of different stuff to all kinds of different people, and at work I teach people how to edit and how to do stuff in the studio. I do a lot of teaching actually. And when I took personality profile tests, like I don't know what they're called, like the I forget the name of them, but there's a bunch of different tests that you can take, and they give you your personality profile, and you can figure out what the best job is for you. And mine said that I would be a good teacher. And I really do enjoy it. It really gives me a lot of pleasure, and it would be nice, at work I get paid for it. So I'm double happy. I'm doing something I like to do, and then they give me money for it. It's really awesome. I think my mic is dying.
Again.
Yeah. It's like it just kind of fades. You might just... Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Well, hey, John, when do you want to be on the program next?
Let's see.
Hey, you could be on a Monday or a Wednesday or
How about Wednesday, yeah.
Or a Friday or a Sunday.
I have to check the baseball schedule. Baseball schedule.
Or a Thursday or a Saturday.
What's
any one of those days.
You have the baseball schedule with you?
Did I miss any?
No, it's in my clipboard.
Did you say Sunday?
Yes, I did.
I was going to call the school after I talked to you. I was going to call the school to see if Northwestern's going to be playing Chehalis.
Nice.
You always come on Monday.
Today down in Chehalis.
Dan Dobler used to come on.
All right.
He got, so I might, if they do, I'm going to be driving to Chehalis.
You're a major sports fan, huh?
Yep.
What's your favorite sport?
Yep.
What is your favorite sport?
Oh, baseball.
Baseball. How come you like baseball more than, say, football?
I like football, but I love baseball. I play in Special Olympic softball. I turn out for Special Olympic softball in June.
What is it about baseball that you find appealing?
You get a lot of exercise and you run and everything.
Huh.
That's good.
Yep.
So John,
I'll be doing it this coming June. I'll be turning out for a Special Olympic softball. I'm the oldest one on the team.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Nice. I like playing sports a lot more than I like watching them. I'll watch them. Some sports are more appealing than others, but I definitely would. If I have a choice between watching and playing, I'll pick playing.
So,
yeah.
Hey John, why don't you find out your schedule and then you can call us back and tell me if Wednesday is a good day for you when you call us back, and then we'll talk to you tomorrow too, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I was trying to call. Yesterday I was trying to call your number 330. I couldn't call on this phone. The only thing I can call is on my cell phone, and then when I call on my cell phone, I have to tell you to call me on my home phone.
Yes. If it's a long distance number, sometimes you have to dial a 1 before the area code. You know about that? So you have to dial 1-330-536-3802 if it's a landline. Have you been doing that?
No, I didn't do that.
Try that out. Maybe that'll work.
I'll try that. If I can't, I might have to use my cell phone, then dial 1 on my cell phone.
Yeah, but you can just dial 1 on your landline. It'll be fine. But so just do that, and then you can give us a call back. We'll see you later, John. Okay?
Alrighty.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you later, man.
Goodbye.
That was John.
Called all the John.
John. Oh yeah, we called through all three Johns.
Because we're video whores.
Yeah.
And I want to call this McDonald's. John was here what Friday or Saturday?
You could call me Dan Ho.
Oh no, he was here on Thursday. Hey, McDonald's.
5-0, right?
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys have the orange milkshakes?
We love those.
No, we don't.
You don't. You know if you're gonna be getting those in soon?
Probably not for a few months yet.
A few months. Oh, what kind of shakes you guys got right now?
What's the special shake that we have right now? Chocolate banana.
Oh wow, have you had that one?
Yes, we do have that one.
Have you tried it? Is it good?
It's okay.
Do you like bananas?
Kind of.
Yeah, sometimes the banana kind of tastes kind of fakey. So you know, it's kind of a gamble, it seems.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about trying it, but I'm really excited about the orange milkshake.
So it'll probably be here in a couple months.
How much is the small shake? So I don't feel like I'm risking too much if I get it.
They're $1.99 plus tax.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
How much is tax and?
It would be just $2.09 after tax.
Oh, that sounds
How
okay.
much a small one is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
209.
That must be confusing to them because they have 2 or 3 people talking to them from the same phone.
Yeah, she sounded a little annoyed.
Well,
Yeah,
well, we were trying to engage her emotionally, and you know,
Yeah.
she's there to work and she's there to answer the phone, and yeah, it's like, who are these clowns think they are? Trying to talk to me about real stuff.
Yeah.
That's just annoying.
I mean, it's related to her work, though. You're asking about the shakes.
Well, we're asking, does she like them, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, can she really say, I don't like the product that I sell?
Yeah. But, I mean, also, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially work at fast food restaurants, are like, oh, yeah, after I worked there, I never wanted to eat the food again.
Really? You worked at McDonald's?
No, I didn't. I'm saying what I've heard from other people who have worked at fast food restaurants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they because you're surrounded by it and it's the only thing to eat, and that's what you eat all the time. It's like, yeah, you'd get sick of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Here, I'm calling Laura Lee. Laura Lee. Dan, you know Laura Lee?
Laura Lee, yeah.
From his show.
Yeah.
She leaves her phone number at the end of her show, so I'm calling her. Just like you guys could call me. 330-536-3802.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Laura Lee.
Hi, Laura Lee.
Yes.
Hey, I watched your show on TV and I got your number from it.
Well, thank you so much for calling. What's your name?
My name is Rick Ward, and I really like your show. I saw the last one where you made a bunch of duct tape jokes.
Yeah.
That was pretty entertaining. Hey, I want to see. I have a show too. I'm calling you from my show. I want to see if you would be a guest on my show sometime.
What's the name of your show?
It's called Your Daily Hour with Me.
And what would you want to interview me about?
I just want to talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. I know you like to, like I'm not a religious person, but I know you are, and maybe you could talk about that. I think that's what I mean, and you can also talk about your other whatever else you want to talk about.
When do you film?
I tape every day, and it's at whenever it's convenient.
You tape every day at TCTV?
No, I have a home studio, and we're on. I'm on 7 days a week though at 11:30. If you watch TCTV at 11:30, you can check out the show if you want to see it before you're on. We're also on YouTube
11:30.
at night.
11:30 at night.
So we're on pretty late, yeah.
Well, you know, you are catching me in Oklahoma. I had to fly in on an emergency, and so I will need to get back to you. I definitely, I would be more than happy to consider, and I take that as an honor. I would like to watch your show first.
Yeah, okay.
So I will plan to do that. I'm interested to know, though, I guess I've never known anyone who has daily shows on TCTV.
Yeah.
So you have a home studio and you film every day.
Yes.
Is it an hour show or a half-hour show?
It's a 1 hour.
And then when you, how long would you want to interview me for?
I mean, you could. I usually have guests on for the whole hour, but you can stay as long as you want. You don't have to do as much as you. But it's fun to just talk for the whole hour. It's kind of just chatting for an hour.
Uh-huh. And you don't feel that there would be a conflict with you because I have a strong face?
Oh, what?
A strong face?
Oh no, that's why I wanted you on there. I don't have a lot of people. Like my show's kind of I guess secular, and I was thinking that you would be a change. We could change it up a bit and talk to you.
Well, that would be awesome. The show that you watched is actually a brand new format. I have been doing an hour-long TV talk show for 8 years.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I've only saw the one episode, so you're used to it then.
Yeah. Oh, I know what interviewing means. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I can keep you talking. I know that.
That sounds good. So, yeah, maybe when do you think you're gonna come back into town?
Well, I won't be back until late Thursday, so give me a couple days, and I will definitely get back to you. And I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Rick Ward.
Rick Moore?
Ward, W-A-R-D.
Ward. Rick
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Okay, Rick. Well, I so appreciate the phone call. And let's see, this is Monday.
Yes.
So there is a new show on tonight.
Yes.
At 9 o'clock. So
all
you
right.
might want to take a look at that.
I will.
And on this one, I actually sing.
All right. Yeah, you could sing on the program too. On you could maybe sing on my show.
See.
Yeah.
I don't have the greatest voice in the world. I just like to sing.
Oh, I'm sure you're good.
I've been an actress for a long, long time. And
Cool.
I've written and produced and directed dozens and dozens of plays. And I lived in New Jersey, just outside of New York, so I did off-Broadway very off-Broadway for a long time.
Religious Broadway?
What's that?
Was it religious Broadway?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
Yep, no. Since I did TV commercials when I was younger, I haven't done a lot of secular things. I'm an inspirational speaker, and I act, I sing, I dance.
Okay, well, we'll see you maybe, or call me back on the number that this is. Can you do that? Or
I will. Yes, I'll save it in my phone when I'm not driving.
Okay, and then you'll have to leave a message because this is on the internet and I don't answer this phone a lot. But that sounds good, and we'll talk to you later.
Rick.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rick. Bye now.
That's it. We're gonna get Laura Lee. Liz, you might want to be on with Laura Lee too.
Yeah.
Have you
totally watch
Have you seen her show? Yeah,
No,
I've
I
watched her
haven't.
show.
I've watched her show many times.
Her show is good. She's it's called His Show, but I think it should be called Her Show because it's
that's
more.
what everyone says. Yeah, because she's in it.
She really likes her show. Yeah.
Well, is it like his like?
It's like
God?
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, him as Jesus. Yeah.
Capital H.
That name was suggested by her producer.
Huh.
Her producer suggested because the subject is about Jesus, so in a way it's his show. There we go. I was losing my mind. Yeah.
I was losing my mind.
Losing my mind. Can you still hear me?
Well, that mic was
Okay, there we go.
the mic is getting weird. Yeah. I'm excited for Laura Lee. Hopefully she'll be on.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a really nice person, and I every time she comes in and does a show, I talk with her and everything, and she's a nice person. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
do
I
you
think
have a
I heard
speak
that.
up?
Or what percentage of TCTV you think is religious?
about a third.
Oh my god.
Oh no, we've run out of time.
Man, those graphics are like
Yeah.
vaguely vaginal.
Yeah, that's why we like them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bunch of men sitting on a couch.
Thanks, viewers.
That's right. Looking at something there and like it.
Thanks,
because it
TCTV.
reminds them of something.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Somebody, you guys can sponsor the show.
Yeah. Watch
Have
the
a
show.
commercial.
Call the number. And we'll see you later. 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 Later.
welcome to yet another Monday of Your Daily Hour with me.
We're on TV once again, once a day, every day. We turn on the machines and then we start talking, and we're going to be here for an hour.
1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Monday. Hi, Dan. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, King?
Real good. Yeah, it's your favorite week, probably, maybe. Except for you missed art week last week, but this week is,
Science.
It's Science Week.
Science.
So,
am I coming in? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you might want to, you can just get right into Science Week,
Well, pick a discipline of science.
Yeah, well, what about the last, recently anything happened in science?
There was a comet, but that was a while ago. We had China land a rover on the moon, and it had a lander and a little rover, and the rover is roving right now, surface of the moon, and there was a solar eclipse, or I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a solar eclipse. It's where the moon is back here and the Earth is there and the sun is farther away, and the Earth went in front of the sun and created the eclipse, and the shadow of the Earth passed in front of the moon, and the little rover took a picture from the moon. And I think that's a first.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think that is a first. Yeah. I'm trying to think, what other things in science? It's like every morning I try and read some kind of science, and there's just a huge array of different sciencey things, and it's everything from genetics to archaeology to Neanderthals. Yeah, that was one thing. Archaeology, astronomy, physics, chemistry, all kinds of wacky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They took sodium and they made salt crystals, but they made them under really high pressure, and they created these crystals that do not form naturally in nature, and the crystals hold together. They were created under high pressure, which is not usual, and the thing stayed together, and it defies what we understand about molecular bonding with crystals and how that works. So it would be like, I don't know. I don't know if I have a really good analogy. Just that they used extreme pressure to create a chemical structure, and normally after you release the pressure, the structure should fall apart, but it didn't. It stayed together, and they are not sure how or why that it is somehow holding together. It's a brand new compound, new molecule, new little physical structure, some sort of a salt-based ceramic of some kind.
I'm gonna go flip the router.
Okay.
Okay, see if you can talk about yourself and see if you...
Yeah, Neanderthals. Okay, so when you read the word Neanderthal, you want to say Neanderthal because it's a TH, and Neander and then T and then HALL. And I pronounced it Neanderthal for a long time until I read the correct pronunciation, and it's Neanderthal, and the H is silent, which is annoying. There's so many silent letters in our alphabet, it's maddening. So you have to learn which word, what letters are silent, and the rules always have exceptions. Anyway, there is a little bone in the back of our throats, a tiny little bone. It's called the hyoid. And what it does is it supports the structure of the larynx and the vocal cords, or both. And depending on its shape, it determines what you can do with your voice, how you can, right? If my hyoid bone was shaped differently, I couldn't do that. Apes, their hyoid bone is shaped differently, and so they can't make the same kinds of vocalization sounds that we do. Well, what they've been doing is Neanderthals have a hyoid bone, very, 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 very similar to modern humans. And from what they can tell, what they've done is...
Is it dice game?
Pardon?
Dice game? Not yet?
No, it didn't come up as far as I know. I just saw the pen there. And I figured, oh, quick, grab it before you sit on it. Anyway, all that we have of Neanderthals are fossilized skeletons for the most part. They've been able to find bone that still has intact DNA, and they have successfully sequenced the Neanderthal genome. And they've been able to compare the Neanderthal genetic sequencing with modern humans. And it seems that there are variations. There are 3 different extinct human species that are still found in our modern genetic coding, or genetic. And some races have more Neanderthal in them than we do. White Europeans, they have a certain percentage. Asians have another kind of percentage. Africans have another percentage.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Aborigines in Australia, different percentage. And there is Neanderthal. There is there's a name. It's another species, and there's another more distant one. Homo erectus?
Yeah.
Homo erectus was the early incarnation of this next species that died out maybe 50,000 years ago.
Okay.
That is present, like 3% of our genetic coding still has this. And the way they figure that out is that they knew that there were branchings of the human species where Homo sapiens became distinctive with certain distinctive features. But there are, from what they can tell, there are little inserts of these other species where Homo sapien and a Neanderthal couple got together and had kids, and they had kids, and they had kids, and they had kids. They're hybrids that were, Neanderthal genes were reintroduced into the modern genetic coding at different times in different places from time to time. It wasn't very much, but it's had an effect. So this is really interesting, and they, from what they can tell, what they've done is they've taken...
I have to go and fix it again.
You have to fix it again? Okay, I'll keep talking. I can do that. I do that fairly well, apparently. Anyway, so what they've done is they've taken functional radio, it's not a CT scan, it's a PET scan. Anyway, it's scanning used to look at electronic components to see if it's put together, and they use these scans to look for micro cracks or to make sure that it's put together correctly. And they use this same scanning on these fossilized bones to look at the microstructures and the finer detail of how... I still have a cold, a little bit of one. And they look at how the structure is put together and how it's shaped. And obviously they've been able to look at modern humans, but now they're able to look at the Neanderthal hyoid bone structures to see how it works. Because on a bone, when you have a bone, there will be little pits in the bone where ligaments and muscles are attached. And this is how they do face reconstruction. This is how they can reconstruct the face of someone who has passed away. A year ago, 10 years ago, 100 years ago, 100,000 years ago. They can look at a skull if they have an intact skull, and there will be little pits where the muscles are attached. And depending on where these pits are and their shape and their indentation and their orientation, they can determine, well, there was a muscle attached here and it was pretty big, or it was long and skinny, or it was small, or there were 2 or 3, this sort of thing. And so they can put the face back together again and have it look very, very similar, and they've done comparisons where they've had a person that has passed away, and they, yeah, we're going to roll the dice when Kenny gets back, and they do this reconstruction, and someone who's not seeing what the person looks like, they do the reconstruction, then they do a comparison to see how close the reconstruction is to the actual person, what they look like, and they're very close, extremely close. So they can do this with the hyoid bone. They look at its shape and how muscles were attached to it, and in the case of the larynx, how that was attached, and they can get an extremely close idea of what their larynx could and couldn't do. And it would seem Neanderthals had the ability to speak just like us. They had the vocal range, and they most likely had the ability to sing. Other things that they found were that Neanderthals buried their dead. Sometimes modern humans, at least, folks were buried with their dogs, they were buried with jewelry, they were buried with clothing, various accoutrements that survived the burying process, that didn't decay much. And Neanderthals did many of the same kinds of behaviors that we did as far as burial rituals. The difference has been art. And art says a lot about a culture and a people. And if your art tends to be about this and about that, then you can make certain fairly reasonably accurate guesses as to what our culture is like if you look at our art. And Neanderthals didn't have a whole lot of art. They had some jewelry, but as far as we can tell, yeah, we got to roll the dice. As far as we can tell, only modern humans did cave paintings. And it was mostly kids, mostly young people that could actually squeeze into the tunnels and do the cave paintings. And it looks like some of the cave paintings were drawings by a young person doing a drawing to impress another person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Johnny Loves Tammy.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something like that.
That's the great, evolutionizer there.
Okay, we're gonna roll the dice.
Looks like the thing is still not working. It's possible that we may have to go through a program without using phones, unless you have a phone or something. But it's maybe we're gonna have to use our wits.
My phone doesn't do the internet well.
Oh, we're just gonna use our wits.
Okay.
Maybe for the whole hour. Let's see if it happens. But possibly have no internet. Here we go. 6. I lost
as well.
I think it's a good thing it's science week, because I bet you could do the science for this whole hour.
Yeah, I could.
I think as right now I'm just gonna let you do that because I think this is not working. So let's see if you can keep going. I'm gonna say much.
Okay. Okay. So in planetary news, we are up to. We've been able to successfully confirm exoplanets. These are planets orbiting other stars. I think the total that have been confirmed is about 250 or so.
Yeah, if you can keep talking, you're gonna get.
Pardon?
If you keep talking, but you're gonna get a throat. Horse in your throat, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
They call a horse?
Yeah. So they have successfully confirmed about 250 exoplanets, as they're called. And these are planets that range from a planet with 10 times the mass of Jupiter to a planet smaller than the Earth, with less mass than the Earth. So they've been able, there's a wide range, and these are planets that orbit around their host star every 3 hours or 6 hours, that are extremely close, and they're just on the outer edge of the star, and they're just orbiting some kind of crazy, stupid fast around the star, and just all kinds. Now, on the other hand, there are about 2,500 unconfirmed extrasolar planets.
Oh.
These are planets that one instrument has spotted, and it repeatedly demonstrates through this one instrument that there's a planet, right? The Kepler spacecraft. And all the evidence says, yes, it's there, it's doing its thing. But what has to happen is another instrument has to look and confirm and demonstrate that this planet is indeed doing a thing, because that is the way science works. Is just because my microscope sees a little certain kind of brand new bug that no one else has ever seen, somebody else has to get another microscope and look and see if they see that bug also. And if some other person confirms that this bug does indeed exist, then they say, aha, evidence, support, backup. So this has to happen as far as planets. We have to have another telescope look at that particular star and look for evidence of that planet. And there's two different basic kinds of methods for looking for planets. And one is the radial velocity, meaning that a planet going around a star makes the star wobble back and forth towards and away from the Earth or our system. And there's a Doppler effect. Just like with sound, you have an approaching vehicle and the sound goes meaning that the sound waves are bunching up closer and closer together, and that increases the frequency. That shortens the frequency and makes the pitch higher.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with light, sort of. When an object that is giving off a steady amount of light, when it's approaching us, the light shifts towards the blue end, because blue is a shorter wavelength. And so the light has a little bit of a blueness. And as the star recedes, goes away from us, the light gets a little bit of reddishness to it. And so this radial velocity method has been used to detect something like 100 planets. This is before Kepler came along. And Kepler did this second methodology, which, well, each has their limits. For instance, a star with a planet orbiting the planet to do this radial velocity, blue shifts, red shifts, blue shifts, red shifts, the planet has to. And so using radial velocity, there's a size limit, a mass limit to the kind of planet. Like the Earth doesn't make our sun wobble enough unless you have some crazy super sensitive device on some other planet that's fairly close to be able to detect that. Jupiter makes our sun wobble every 11 years because Jupiter is huge. It's very massive, and it will cause our sun to wobble a little bit. But the Earth, not so much. Mercury,
I'm gonna try one more time. You're doing a good job.
Okay, so this is the radial, whoa, you're caught up. So this is the radial velocity method. Now what Kepler did is it looked at a patch of sky that's really, really thick with stars in the Cygnus, constellation of Cygnus. And this is towards the center of the galaxy, and there's just a band of super lots of super duper stars, lots and lots of them. And so this satellite orbits it's in a Lagrange point away from the Earth. It's about 1 million miles from the Earth, and it's just staring at a patch of sky, and it just doesn't move. It just stares at this patch of sky and looks at 160,000 stars, and just looks at them. And it takes a light measurement of these stars. I think it's every 10 seconds or something like that. Just regular, every so often it takes a picture, and it looks at, it's very sensitive, and it looks at the light level of all of these stars. And what that means is if there is a planet that's in line, oh, is this a commercial break already? Oh, it's info time. Oh my God, I'll get back to this. here are some answers to some frequently asked questions about the program. You are watching right now. It's called Your Daily Hour with Me, and it's a call-in television talk show that is filmed here in Thurston County 7 days a week, every day of the year on Channel 22. The show that you're watching right now was filmed this time last week, and the one that we are filming now will be seen this time next week. The one at 2 a.m. was filmed exactly a year ago, same day, same time, and we rely on the community for content, so give us a call at 360-836-4384. And you will be on the next program. So, yeah, we'll call you back on the program, and you'll hear your voice next week when we talk to you. So, okay, so Kepler has been staring at these stars for 3 years now, and some stars, about 10% of them, wink. And they sort of wink, actually, because the planet itself is it's physically smaller than the star itself, and it comes in front of the star, and the star's light dips just a little bit. And depending on the size of the planet determines the amount of dipping. Now, planets don't emit their own light, and so the light dip is different. Now, if the planet is in line in our line of sight between us and the host star, if it's in a 3-day orbit, the light will dip every 3 days. It'll be a regular occurrence. The thing is, though, is that if you take a star, and let's pretend every star had planets orbiting it in what would look like a ring like Saturn. It's this plane, it's this orbital plane. Now, that plane has to be right exactly in line with us. And only about 10% of the stars with planets are right in line. Now, this is not to say that 10% of all the stars have planets. This is to say that of all the stars with planets, only 10% have been coming in front. And this method is tricky because it tells us the size of the planet, but it doesn't tell us the mass. So what has to happen is another team of scientists have to, let's say we spot a star, GL F47b2, or something like that. Kepler says, hey, there's a planet going around, JFK2LB7, blah, blah, blah. And another team has to look at it, and they see if the planet does a wobble. And this provides secondary confirmation that there is, in fact, this planet. Not only do we see a light dip, but also we're seeing the star wobble. And the Radial Velocity folks can say, yeah, we're seeing it, and the Kepler folks say, yeah, we've got that. And so that's two different kinds of evidence supporting the planet. And they've only been able to do this with a few hundred, partly because it takes days, weeks, months, years of observing time, and there's tens of thousands of stars and planets to look at, and there's just a limit to the number of scientists and scientific instruments that they can use to do this.
You do info time?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I did it poorly, though.
Oh, yeah.
So currently, Kepler has evidence for 2,500 planets. And it's going to take a couple of years for confirmation of these planets to happen. For instance, if they launched a second Kepler, still not working. Oh well.
It's not going to work. You're going to have to do that.
Okay, no, that's fine. So what that means is that it might take a few years for confirmation of all these planets going around each other. Now, the reason I brought this up is what they've done is there's one particular star that is particularly close that has a planet that travels in line. I think it's 40 light years away, which is really, really close. I think this one's really close. I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. I just forget exactly what the number is. It's been a week since I read it. Anyway, the way it works is that if you can separate the light that comes from, that reflects off the star that comes from the planet, and separate the light from the star itself from the light coming from the planet, you can get a sense of what is going on the surface of the planet. Does it have an atmosphere? How thick is the atmosphere? How reflective is the atmosphere? What is the composition of the atmosphere? And in this case, they've discovered that this one particular planet has a very, very thick atmosphere. And this is one of the super Earths that they found. This is a planet going around a star. The planet is relatively close to the host star, and it is like 3 or 4 times the mass of the Earth. Attempt number 3. So they're able to do this more and more. Another interesting thing is there is a star in the southern hemisphere called Fomalhaut, and I'm probably mispronouncing it because it's like some other language, and the nuance of the way it's pronounced is different. I just look at the word, and it's got all kinds of vowels in it, and I'm just okay, looks like Fomalhaut. Anyway, Fomalhaut is a star, and it's got a planet going around it, and it has a ring of comets, or a ring of dust. Fomalhaut is really, really young. It's a large star. It's about twice the mass of our sun. It might be a little bit more massive, but it's really young. And when I say young, to say that a star is young is to say that it's only a few million years old. Our sun is 4 billion years old, 4.5 billion years old. And that's, well, a billion is 1,000 times more than a million. So our sun is 4,000 times older than this young star. And the way, when they look at stars and the formations of stars, what they notice is there's a clump of gas, and then it starts swirling and condensing, and then it starts spinning, and then you get this donut. You get this swirly donut going around, and in the center you get this blob that gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and eventually you get a sun. Now, about half the time, it clumps, and the material swirling around, you'll get your central blob that becomes the primary star, and then the swirling material, if enough material builds up and builds up and builds up and gathers, then you'll get another star. If there's not enough material, you'll get planets. But this process is consistent for all star formation. You get this clump, and then the swirling vortex, and you get this ring going around, you get the sun in the middle, and you'll get objects of various size and mass. Sometimes they're stars, sometimes they're planets. And about half the stars in our galaxy are double stars or triple stars. And these are stars orbiting around each other, and their orbits vary. They can orbit each other over a period of days or weeks or months or years or millennia, which is thousands of years. And in the case of Fomalhaut, they've discovered that there are 2 other stars that are orbiting Fomalhaut very, very loosely. They have an orbit that is a light year away, and so it's a really elongated elliptical orbit where it goes way far out and then comes way in close and then way far out, way close. And in the case of Fomalhaut, this second star that's orbiting it has, I don't think they've characterized it if it's got a ring going around it as well, but Fomalhaut has a planet and it has a dust ring, a ring of comets. And this other star, there's a third star, a red dwarf, that's orbiting 2 light years away from it. And it has this elongated orbit that it goes way in close and then way far out and way in close and way far out. And it looks like the stars formed in the same system, but they interacted such that they end up swinging way out. Their gravities messed with each other and caused each other to go woo! And this red dwarf, which is a star with about 100 times the mass of Jupiter, but it's compressed into a size maybe twice Jupiter's diameter. So it has 100 times the mass, but it only has double the size. So it's really compressed and therefore a star. Well, this one also has an icy ring going around it. And what was weird about the Fomalhaut system is that the ring of the main one with the planet going around it is off center. It's not in this circle. It's like it's off center. It's got this weird shape going around it. And then there's a planet that is kind of on the outside of this ring, and it just was really weird. It's like, why is the ring elongated? Why is it off center from the star itself? What is going on? And then they discovered, well, apparently there are companion stars that are orbiting, which would be on the order of, they would come around and swing by the host star, the main star, the big one, every 100,000 years or so. And every time they do, they mess up this ring. They mess up this planet, the orbit, depending on where the ring of the planet is at the time that this star comes in and does this slow swing in and messes things up. And there's been this long-held belief that our sun has some red dwarf star that's a light year away or 2 light years away, and every 100,000 years or every 250 million years or something like that, it comes in and it swings in and it messes all of the comets that are orbiting out there past Neptune. And its orbit will wiggle things up, and we'll get this big shower of comets because a comet will be influenced, and it will take it out of its normal orbital path and either send it out or send it in. The comet will swing around and then swoop in and go flying in towards the center of our solar system, which is kind of where we are. We're pretty close to the center. Okay, so Kenny's not here. We need to roll a couple more dice. I will pick the 2 blue ones because we got the yellow ones, and I'll just roll them and see if I could do this talk and film and the switcher. Oh man, where is this switcher? Is that it? Let's see. Nope. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's the dice. There's me dropping the dice. There's me holding this. Oh! We got a 5 and a 6. 5 and a 6. Okay, there we go. There they are. Okay, where were we? There we go. Man, I've been doing the show long enough. I have a pretty good sense of where things get plugged into and what's going on with things. So it's probably weird to see this show with only me sitting here talking and talking and talking. And we'll be coming up for a commercial.